Homage watches are very controversial. I do feature them here on my channel from time to time. Today, I have one that is an homage to a vintage Rolex. And this is a very good looking watch from a company that is sort of up and coming, a competitor to the San Martins, the Seasterns of the world. However, is this watch any good? Are homage watches any good? We're going to discuss that in this video. Without further ado, let's flip the camera and take a look at an homage watch from Zhou Dao. I really don't mind an homage watch. I know there are people out there who have a big problem with homage watches. Some people call them clomages or clone homages, things like that, but I don't do that. Here is an example of an homage that I think has its place. This is an homage to a watch that no longer exists. If you want to buy this watch brand new, it doesn't exist. You have to buy it obviously pre-owned. It's a vintage watch, and it would be a very old watch that's very, very expensive. So if you want this look, it's the only way to get this look is from an homage. If you even bought the new version of the GMT Master, it really doesn't look like this watch. This watch doesn't even really look like the GMT Master, in my opinion, 100%. Obviously, you have a different logo, but there are little details here that make it a little bit different, and there are a lot of details that make it very, very much the same. This is in 904L stainless steel. These are powered by a Seiko NH34, so you are getting a office GMT or a military GMT movement inside. It is a Seiko, so it's a pretty reliable movement. This gets a sapphire crystal, and it gets a solid case back. It's a sterile case back, very similar to what you would have received from the original Rolex. It's a bi-directional bezel, and it's actually pretty good. Let's listen. I mean, it sounds good in either direction, and everything lines up really nicely. It's a 60-click bezel. You get a really beautiful dial with this. It's a matte black dial, and there are cream-colored or almost brown colored indices. So they are a very deep cream color, meant to look like old radium or old Lume. And then you have a Minitrack that's in a similar color. You have gold-toed hands, and you have a red GMT hand and a red lollipop on that second hand. Right below the 12 o'clock index, it says the name of the brand. You have the logo there. The name of the brand is Zhou Dao. That's at least how I've been told to pronounce it. So that is how this is pronounced in English. I do not know how it is pronounced in Chinese. So that is what the name is. And then at the bottom of the dial, the first thing it says is Caller GMT, which is a bold move. Right below that, the water resistance 100 meters. And right below that, it says self-winding in a smiley face. Again, there's little nods here to different watches, but this is a very good looking watch, and there are plenty of homages to the Rolex GMT Master and many other styles from the Rolex catalog. And some of those homages come directly from Rolex through the form of a Tudor. I've said this in the past. I mean, they have literally made a GMT Master in these same colors, and they call it a Tudor Black Bay GMT. That is not a watch that they ever made. So why are they making it, and why does it have Rolex sort of looks to it? So essentially that is an homage. In my opinion, that is an homage, and you're paying a lot more money from it. It's more of a sanctioned homage directly from Rolex. Now I'm going to make a video on this eventually. You know, as I do, I make videos about everything. So I do want to talk about that specifically, but that's the reason why I think this is a pretty cool watch. Also, you're getting a very nice bracelet on here. And for this version, they gave me a scissor clasp that has a milled scissor, right? But they also provided basically the exact same clasp except a pressed version. So it's more like the vintage watch, which is kind of funny. I'm not sure if they actually still provide that. You get 3 positions of micro adjust on here. I would like to see on the fly micro adjust on this watch, because a lot of homage watches, even from you know, other brands, you still get that, and it would be nice on here. But this is very nicely finished. I have to say that whoever is making these watches, it is beautifully finished. The bracelet is really nice, feels solid, and is, again, beautifully finished. The case is beautifully finished. It is polished. You have drilled lugs. It is really nice and feels very nice in hand. The watch measures in at 37.8 millimeters according to my calipers. It's around a 48 millimeter lug to lug. On the bracelet, it's around 51 millimeters. You have just over a 13 millimeter thickness. You do get that Cyclops. If you include it, it's a little bit more than that. And then you have a 5.4 millimeter crown. On my wrist today, I have the Christopher Ward 12X full skeletonized movement. That's the SH21, their in-house movement, a grade 5 titanium case and a grade 2 titanium bracelet, I believe. Maybe I'm thinking of the Bel Canto, but I thought this was grade 5 titanium. Or maybe just the bezel is grade 5 titanium. That could be it. Anyway, beautiful watch that I wear very often. And there's the watch on my 7.5 inch wrist. It's a 38 millimeter watch, just about, and then you have about a 48 millimeter lug to lug, 51 millimeters on the bracelet, and around a 13 millimeter thickness. That's including the boxed and slightly domed sapphire crystal. I've always admired the original GMT Master. I think it's a really good looking watch, and this is definitely a good looking watch. There's really no denying it, even though it is an homage to a watch that is very good looking. So obviously it is trying to mimic those looks. I think it's great. Tell me what you guys think down in the comments below. We'll talk about price in just a second. Let's check out the Lume. And there you go. Lume is very good on here. The entire bezel is Lume. All of the indices are Lume. The hands are all lumed and very liberally applied with Lume. I think this is excellent. $339 is what they're charging for this right now. I think it's on sale, and that is a very good price considering that it's made in all 904L stainless steel, including the bracelet, the case, and all of that good stuff. You're getting a lot of Lume, the NH34, which is really great, reliable movement in a very good looking watch. I know a lot of people have a problem with Homage watches. I'll say it again. I know people who have problems with Homage watches while they are wearing a Tudor on their wrist. It's just a sanctioned Homage. So I know a lot of people don't really get that. And this is an industry that really sort of shuns Homage watches, while other brands and other industries like the handbag industry, the shoe industry, the car industry, they all homage other brands. And I mean, they get away with it. No one complains about it. But you do it in the watch industry, people freak out. I don't know. I'm going to do a whole video on it because I really do want to talk about it and hear what you guys have to say. Tell me what you guys think down in the comments below. I know there are going to be people out there who disagree with me. I also know there will be people out there who agree with me. Tell me your thoughts down in the comment section below. Please also don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that bell icon. Super helpful for the channel, and I very much appreciate it. I'll put a link to this watch down in the description below. Definitely check it out if you are interested. Anyway, guys, thank you for logging on. Thank you for watching this video. Thank you for joining me today. I will catch you guys in the next video.